Hi. So I got the No Theme November collection from Cracked Polish during one of the many Black Friday sales that I shopped. So there's 6 polishes in this collection, and Cracked is the name of the brand, not the finish. So Cracked is a fairly new indie brand. And one kind of fun thing about them is that you'll notice that caps are individual because the artwork for the caps are made individually and then put onto the cap, I think. Um, so they are a 10 free and vegan brand. They came in a cardboard box, and then the individual polishes were in their own black boxes with the names of the polish on top. I will be reading the description of each polish off of the website as well as giving my own opinion. So let's get right into the swatches. I'm starting with number 1 Stunner. Number 1 Stunner is a liquid metal deep Merlot red. Fun fact, number 1 Stunner is inspired by the color red and its ability to make you feel confident and powerful. It's fairly sheer right here on the first coat, where you see how very sheer it is on my middle finger is more user error. I just didn't leave quite enough on the brush. But the formula is very smooth and easy to use. So there's a little bit of visible brush strokes when I was first putting on the first coat, but now that the first coat is dried, they've disappeared. So it's pretty self-leveling that way. And I think it might be opaque in 2 coats, but I can still see a little bit of visible nail line in person, possibly because of the light just shining directly on it. I did end up putting a very thin third coat on, and that seemed to even everything out a bit more, and any visible nail line disappeared, so it's completely opaque by then. So this is number 1 Stunner in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Now I'm trying Crummy Plummy. Crummy Plummy is a reddened plum brown with blue, silver, and red shimmers. Fun fact, Crummy Plummy is inspired by my love for sweet and delicious plum wine around the holidays. It also says, pro tip, wear on top of a purple or brown for a special color transformation. So on the first coat, Crummy Plummy is a little bit more opaque than number 1 Stunner. I'm not seeing the blue, but it's probably the lighting, but I am really enjoying the color shift. Okay, second coat of Crummy Plummy. This sort of ended up being a surprise favorite of mine. I mean, I liked all the colors, which is why I got the whole collection, but I didn't think that I would like this one quite as much as I did. And I do see the red and the silver shimmers. This is Crummy Plummy in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. So I tried just like the website suggested, and on the swatch wheel I put Crummy Plummy over a medium brown and a medium purple, and I really like both. The colors show up more over the brown, but purple is probably my favorite, which is no big surprise there. I'm on the first coat of Boujee Emerald. Boujee Emerald is an emerald green with green and gold glitter. Fun fact, Boujee Emerald is inspired by my love of gemstones. Something about emerald stones makes me feel luxurious. This is one of the colors that made me really want to buy this collection. It's just a really pretty bright grassy green. It's very thin on the first coat, but the other colors have built up really well, so this one probably will do the same. I'm onto the second coat of Boujee Emerald, and this formula seems really similar to number 1 Stunner, which I did end up using 3 coats. So it'll probably be fully opaque in 3 coats. So this is the third coat of Boujee Emerald, and it's still just a tiny bit sheer. You can see just a little bit of visible nail line. So this is 3 coats of Boujee Emerald with a glossy top coat. And just partly because it was sheer, but also because it has such pretty shimmers, I wanted to try it over a black swatch stick, and it is really pretty over black. I also ended up trying it over some different shades of green to see how it would turn out. So here's Boujee Emerald. On the top, it's over a very light green, and the middle one is kind of a sort of a mossy, olivey medium green, and the bottom swatch is over a very dark, almost black green. And I think I like the middle and the bottom one best myself. I'm starting the first coat of Vega Star. Vega Star is a midnight blue with aqua glitters and a purple shift. I can definitely see the purple shift and the aqua glitters on this first coat. It's the same formula as Boujee Emerald and number 1 Stunner, and so I'm expecting it to need to be built up in about 3 coats. The website also says, fun fact, Vega is the brightest star in the night sky and will be the northern pole star in the year 13,727. So I'm on the second coat of Vega Star. The shifts are much more apparent in the second coat, but it will be needing a third coat. Okay, this is the third coat of Vega Star. I think it's coming out on camera as a little more sheer than it is in person. In person, it is a bit more opaque, and the colors are really beautiful. This is 3 coats of Vega Star with a glossy top coat. Okay, it's time for the purple in the collection. This one is called the Perp. The Perp is a bright eggplant with pink shimmers. Fun fact, the Perp is inspired by a strain of the same name, known for relieving pain, reducing anxiety, and mitigating the impact of chronic illness. I'm guessing she means a strain of eggplant? That's interesting. I might need to look up different varieties or strains of eggplant called the Perp. So this formula is also fairly sheer. And so on the second coat, you can see a little bit of visible nail line, so I will be putting on a third coat of the Perp as well. So far, the only 2-coater is Crummy Plummy. This is the third coat of the Perp, and like the others of the same formula, it deepens the color a lot more on the third coat and makes it more opaque. So a lot of these are 3-coaters, which I don't really mind having a few 3-coaters in my collection, as I've said before, especially if I really like the colors or if they have a lot of shifts or different things happening in them. This is the Perp in 3 coats with a glossy top coat, and it is one of my favorites in the collection. So this is Rhubarb Pie Guts, magenta red with a fire orange shift and blue, red, and purple shimmers. Fun fact, half of all of US commercial production of rhubarb is in Pierce County, Washington, right where cracked polish is from. Yeah, I thought cracked polish was up in the Pacific Northwest. So it's cool that they're from Washington. So this is pretty much the same formula. I'm expecting 3 coats. I did have a little bit of trouble with flooding, which maybe was user error. Maybe I put just a little too much on the brush, or it might be just a little bit thinner formula than some of the other ones. It's a really pretty color though. This is another surprise favorite of mine. And I also want to mention it looks very different from number 1 Stunner. I separated them out in my swatches just for that reason, because in the bottle they look similar, but they do not look similar on the nail or in person. So Rhubarb Pie Guts did get opaque in 3 coats, and it is one of my surprise favorites, along with Crummy Plummy. I think those 2 are my 2 favorites in this collection. This is 3 coats of Rhubarb Pie Guts with a glossy top coat. So just for science, I put them all over black swatches on a swatch wheel, going in the same order as I showed them in the video. So starting with number 1 Stunner, and then Crummy Plummy, Boujee Emerald, Vega Star, the Perp, and then surprisingly, Rhubarb Pie Guts turned out really purple over the black, but I guess it's because it has the purple shimmers in it. The last one you see at the bottom, I did not show in this video because it just doesn't happen to be from the same collection, but it's called Another Day in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. See you next time.